Today we are taking integrated grammar editing. This is first passage. Let's begin. Editing errors. The pattern of the passage you are watching here, the sentence will be in this column like that. It will be in continuity. The sentence is not broken one, and Earth is like an ailing planet which health is declining day by day. So the sentence is spilling into the other line also. It means the sentence is not complete in one portion, which is given here, one, two, three, like that. You cannot suppose that the sentence is over here at patient. So whenever you do editing errors in such type of questions, you must read the full sentence, then take any conclusion or take any decision about the error. One example has been done for you, the wrongly written word. So here wrongly written word is this one, and you may underline here also, and this thing will be written here, one, and no need of writing here. So you will write and here. This was the error, and the correction made was the. Because Earth is a planet, unique planet. The moon is also a unique planet. Therefore, it will take article the. The Earth is like an ailing patient, right? Which health? See here. Read this. These two words. Which health is declining day by day? Is declining day by day. There is no error in these words. So error lies here. Which health is wrong? Whose health? It will be whose health is declining day by day. Clear? So you will write which here, and you will write the correction here, whose, W-H-O-S-E. This fact is evident on several signs who are visible on the, okay, let's read this. This fact is evident on several signs. Prepositional error is there. This fact is evident. Evident means clear, obvious. This fact is clear by several signs. We can use by here. Who, another error, signs who is always used as a pronoun, as a relative pronoun when there is living being here. After living beings, who as a relative pronoun comes. And this is called antecedent. If there is a who clause in a sentence, the word, the noun or pronoun preceding who is called antecedent. This is adjectival clause indeed. So this is antecedent. This who clause is qualifying this thing. Signs, the word is antecedent of who. So signs is inanimate thing, non-living thing. This is abstract noun, you can say. So this will take which, yeah, that. Signs that are visible on the, it will follow next sentence. Have you understood this part? Fourth one, signs which are visible on. So you will write here who is the error, and which will come as a correct replacement. The surface of the earth. We had start to realize our moral duty to, okay, read this. We had start, and in the beginning, from the very beginning, see that this is present tense. The earth is like an ailing planet which whose health is declining day by day. This fact is evident by several signs which are visible. We are talking in present situation. So why past situation here? The word had seems very awkward here. We have, it will be, we have another, so had, you will write had in wrong in the error column, and you will write here have in the correction column. Have, has, and had, they are always followed by past participle, means third form of the verb. So you cannot say we have start to realize. You will say we have started to realize our moral duty. So it will be started. You will write start here, and correction will be started. Right? Say started to save this planet from its ailment. See here, from its ailment. It is wrong here. It will take possessive from its ailment. From its ailment. So your ailment, it is wrong here. It will take possessive from its ailment. From its ailment. So you will write it here and correction will be its. We all have to acted like a good. We all have to. To is followed by past form. So we all have to. This is infinitive with to. It will take past form only. We all have to act like a good steward. Steward means manager of the earth, and it's again apostrophe s is there, but it doesn't need any apostrophe s here, isn't it? It's like we have done it here from its ailment. If you put apostrophe s here, it means it is or it has. It gives this meaning. It has or it is, but possessive becomes its responsibility, steward of the earth, and its responsibility, trustee. Let me read again. We all have to act like a good steward of the earth, and its whose the earth's whose the earth. It indicates towards earth, and its responsibly trusted. This is another error here. Responsibly trustee is wrong. Responsible trustee. It will be adjective here. Responsible trustee of the legacy for the future generations. Responsible trustee of the legacy for the future generations. So here responsibly, this is error, and responsible is the correction. Here steward of the earth, and its, you will write its here, and you will remove comma this apostrophe from here. It's, and in this we all have to act. Acted, you will write acted here, and correction will be act. Is it clear to you? Let's go ahead. Let's take one passage more. Then we shall end up this session. In 1987, the World Commission on Environment and Development popularized the concept sustainable development in the pastime. Okay, see this whole line up to this. In 1987, year is mentioned here, past year. When year is mentioned, then you must conclude that the writer is talking about the past tense. In 1987, the World Commission on Environment and Development popularized, so it will take past tense. The wrongly written word will be popularize, and it will be popularized. D. You will put D here. The concept sustainable development in the first time. This odd thing for the first time. Sustainable development for the first time. So error will be put here in and for come here for the first time. The term mean the term is singular because we have come into present tense now. This is about past tense. In 1987, the World Commission on Environment and Development popularized the concept sustainable development for the first time. The term means the economic growth, but development. The term means, it will take means here because the term exists in present also. We talk about this term at present also. It's not the term of the past now. We have not forgotten this term. We have not left using this term sustainable development. We still use this term, so this has become a general fact, general usage, you can say. Therefore, it will be in present. The term means the economic growth. If we say the term meant the economic growth, it means in the past it meant economic growth, but it means something else now. Actually, it means, this is the general truth about the term. The term means the economic growth, but economic growth, and it will take and here, and development that, instead of what we will say, that meet the needs of the present without, see here, the term means the economic growth and development that, yeah, which meet the needs of the present without deplete the natural resources. Without is preposition, see here, without is a preposition, and many a time preposition is followed by ing. For example, after watching television, you won't say after watch television. After eating food, You'll say like that. So without depleting the natural resources for a coming generation. For a coming generation, it's wrong here. For the coming generations. Okay, let me finish. For the coming generations. It meant that the present generation should utilize, should is followed by utilize, past form. Should is followed by past form. Should utilize resources in such a way that these are to be is followed by past form. Should utilize resources in such a way that these are to be preserved. When B is there after two, it will be followed by third form. Preserved, right? So preserve is the wrong word here. You'll write preserved. Okay, what is the difference between that and which? Okay, I think you haven't done adjectival clause. Let me tell you about that. In relative clause is adjectival clause. When we are using which and that, generally we do not think that there is a considerable difference between which and that. That comes for both, for human beings, for living beings also, and for non-living beings. This is a major difference. Okay, that comes for both, and which exclusively comes for non-living things. You cannot say the person which is standing there. You can't say that. The person who is standing there, right? Use always who for living beings. You cannot use which here, right? And that can be used for living beings also. The person that I have seen standing there, you can use that for living beings and which for non-living being. This is the major difference. In certain cases, the grammarians that for non-defining adjectival clause, you should use that, and for defining, you should use which. So non-defining and defining adjectival clause is that when the adjectival clause is having some important information about a noun or pronoun, then we call it defining adjectival clause. When there is no important information about the noun or pronoun that is preceded by the conjunction or relative pronoun, then we call it non-defining. For example, Mahatma Gandhi, who is called the father of nation, died in like that. So, who is called the father of nation? This is non-defining. This is not necessary information given here. The speaker could have avoided giving this information. He could have said Mahatma Gandhi was called the father of the nation. Okay. Another example I should give you here. My mother, who is about 70 or 90, you can say, is coming to meet me tomorrow. You could have said like that, my mother is coming to meet me tomorrow, right? No need of mentioning who is above 70 or 80, right? So here is the case of non-defining adjectival clause, and non-defining adjectival clause is always separated by commas, but defining adjectival clause is not separated by commas, and its information is very urgent. You cannot avoid that. For example, the boy who is wearing a red shirt is my cousin. Who is wearing a red shirt is very necessary information about that. So some grammarians say that in defining adjectival clause you should use which for non-living things and that for both in non-defining, like that. So I'll make you clear about this when we shall be using adjectival clauses. We shall be discussing all that, right? Now go ahead. For the coming generation, it meant that the present generation should utilize. Should is modal auxiliary verb. So until there is be here, you cannot use third form here, past participle. You should utilize. You cannot say you should utilize. You can say it should be utilized. Be followed by third form. So you should utilize resources in such a way that these are to be preserved. Be is here. This is passive infinitive. 2 plus be plus third form. It's passive infinitive. So it will take third form. Be cannot be followed by first form when be is having 2 in front of it. So that these are to be preserved sufficiently for the coming generations' use. Okay. This was the error here. Preserve. Okay. I hope these 2 passages are very clear to you. And if you have basic understanding about the grammar, then you you are able to solve all these errors. And there should be some practice of these passages, because you are to understand the lines, and there are some certain tips about these. You should read the full sentence up to the full stop. Generally, there are errors of conjunctions, there are errors of prepositions, articles, and infinitives like this. These are very common errors here. You should be proficient understanding all. Okay. Now let me finish it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining.